to another video. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys don't know, my name is Nicole. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Epiphiana. It is a lifestyle magazine for women. We talk about career, fashion, style, travel, all that good stuff. Here on YouTube, we do book reviews and beauty product reviews. Pretty much everything that encapsulates like a woman's life. There we go. So I'm very excited to do this book review for you guys because I'm just really excited. Alright. It is a book called Love Filled from a new author. From Virginia Alanis. So I was a little quieter because I wanted you guys to see the cover. So Virginia reached out to me about a year ago after I did another book review. She is a new author from Dallas, Texas, and she was telling me she was writing this book, and we were supposed to meet up, but I didn't go to Dallas this year. I usually go like every few years. But anyways, her book was done, and I asked her, you know, I told her I would love to do a book review for you, and so she sent me a copy. So thank you so much, Virginia, for sending me a copy, and I read it in 2 days. It was such, I just enjoyed the story because the story, I could see a lot of people I know in this story. So in this story, it's about Laura. Laura is a first generation Mexican American. She was born in Mexico but moved to Dallas when she was young, and then her sisters were born, so she lives in Dallas with her parents and her two younger sisters. It's the 80s, and sort of late 80s, early 90s, basically, and when the story is taking place. So the story takes place throughout her senior year of high school, so from the beginning to the end of her senior year. And she goes through a lot of ups and downs, basically, in her senior year. I don't want to give too much away. It's not a typical senior year. She's trying to figure out, which I think a lot of Mexican Americans, a lot of first generation Mexican Americans especially, trying to figure out the balance between being American and being Mexican. And you know, those are two different value systems, and especially if your parents are immigrants, it's, you know, they have a totally different value system, and also totally, not because they're just immigrants, but also because it's a totally different generation. So her dad, you know, her dad just is an old school dad, basically, and you know, doesn't see the value of education, and just because he doesn't want his daughters to get too smart because they won't find a husband, but then at the same time he doesn't want his daughters to talk to boys and they should focus on their schoolwork. It's like he can't make up his mind. I think you know, typical like dad, right? Can't make up his mind. And so she's dealing with that because in her parents' eyes she's sort of rebelling, but not really. She's not a rebel. You know, her rebellion is that she just wants to go to college, wants to go to law school, and she wants to wear American clothes, and she wants to be able to go on dates, like not, you know, go all crazy and do drugs and stuff, but she wants to be able to go to prom and have a date, you know, and these are things that she wants, but these are things that are too American, and so she's just trying to find that balance. Now there's a lot of things she goes through in her senior year, like I mentioned. I don't want to give too much away, but you know, she has to deal with a lot of negativity, and in the form of very negative, manipulative people, and she has to learn how to overcome those people on her own. And then, but on the positive side, throughout her senior year, she is meeting a lot of great adults, great mentors that are sort of like the building blocks to get her ready for college. People that are very supportive of her decision. Eventually, her parents are very supportive. You know, they love their daughter. You never doubt their love for her. I think they just don't know how to be parents in this American world without losing their Mexican roots, you know. So they were very proud of her when she graduated and everything like that. But that's one little thing. She does graduate, right? So I enjoyed this book a lot. Virginia did a wonderful job at telling the story from a first generation young female, but also a first generation female who's practical. You know, there's not a lot of times, you know, female characters can be a little too romantic, a little too hopeless romantic, a little too, I don't know what's a good word to say it. It's sort of just, oh, what is that word? Not frivolous. Maybe frivolous is a good word. You know, young girls that live too much in fantasy, or it goes to the other extreme, and young girls that are too rebellious, like do the drugs and have to do the drinking and just spiral out of control to find themselves. I like the fact that this character, this young female, didn't have to spiral out of control to find herself. She did come across some really difficult situations, but she always had a good head on her shoulders, and she knew her end goal. Her end goal was to get to college, and so she was going to do what she needed to do to get to college, but never sacrificing her own personal values or her own personal beliefs, which I really admire, because you don't see that a lot, and I think it was such a really good character for like young females to read, because she's such a, she's like a quiet, strong person. So again, the book is Love Filled by Virginia Alanis, sorry, and I'll put the link in the description below where you guys can purchase it. And also, like, I'm gonna ask the author a few questions about this book, and I'll put the answers in the description below as well. Here it is. Thank you again, Virginia, for letting me have this awesome book. It was amazing. You did a wonderful job. Thank you. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. Have yourself a wonderful Friday.